When I first started lifting, I took aspiration from Brad Pitt in Troy and Daniel Craig in Casino Royale. The goal was to look as good as possible with my shirt off and to build a physique that would actually complement my life. I became obsessed with fitness and I started to watch a lot of the fitness advice that you start to see online. However, when I started buying into this advice, I found that a lot of the fitness influencers online weren't teaching you how to build a physique that was actually aesthetic, and they were teaching you how to look like a bodybuilder. This would lead to them promoting getting as big as possible throughout your physique, having a blocky waist, building up your legs as big as possible and getting tree trunk legs. And I started to actually buy into this advice. And I realized soon down the line that I was following a training program which just was not giving me the results that I wanted and wasn't actually conducive to why I started my fitness journey. So in this video, I'm going to go over exactly how you can craft a physique which looks aesthetic so that you don't fall into this trap that I did. So the first point is that you don't actually want to have proportionate muscle throughout your physique like what you see a lot of people advertise online. It actually isn't really going to benefit you, and it doesn't look that aesthetic having these massive tree trunk legs, having a massive upper back, and just having a blocky waist like you see a lot of people online who advertise building up proportionate amount of muscle throughout the physique. Instead, you want to actually build up muscle that's going to accentuate the aesthetic male physique. And you want to actually prioritize certain muscle groups which are going to help you do this. So this is, for a man, if you want to build up that masculine aesthetic look, you should be prioritizing a lot more time and effort into muscle groups such as the upper chest, the lats, your shoulders, and also your traps. If you can build these muscles up and they're disproportionately larger than the rest of your physique, then it's really going to start to actually bring out that V-taper look. It's going to bring out that more masculine look, and your physique is automatically just going to start to look a lot more aesthetic. If you look at Brad Pitt in Troy or Chris Hemsworth in Thor, you'll see that they don't actually have proportionate muscle throughout, but they've actually crafted their physique to make it look more masculine and to make them look like a more aesthetic, prominent figure. And the reason why they did this is because these muscle groups, which they prioritized, really help to actually bring out this physique, which makes them look a lot more aesthetic and just really makes their physique pop a lot more. So, how can you do this, and how can you actually prioritize these muscles and put this into your routine so that you can action this? Well, first of all, you want to have these muscle groups at the start of your workout. So you're going to hit these muscle groups when you're fresh. The reason why this works the best is because if you had these muscle groups towards the end of your workout, you're going to have accumulated fatigue throughout the workout from other muscle groups, which you're going to carry over into your working sets for these muscle groups which you're hitting. So if you had your upper chest or your shoulders right at the back of your workout, your ability to recruit muscle fibers and your ability to improve your strength is actually going to be severely compromised if you start hitting these muscle groups at the end of your workout, because you're carrying over all of this accumulated fatigue from the other muscle groups. So therefore, it's really important to actually hit these muscle groups when you're fresh. Have it right at the start of your workout so that your strength is going to be optimized and you can therefore increase the amount of mechanical tension and stress that you place on these muscle groups, which is going to lead to a lot more growth in the muscle. The second point is you want to actually pull volume away from other muscle groups and just put a little bit more volume into these muscle groups that you're trying to build up. Now, the reason why you can't just add more volume and just have your routine you've already got and then just add in a few more sets into these muscle groups such as your upper chest and your lats is because there's only so much you can do in the gym. And if you keep on adding more and more and more, you're going to build up far too much fatigue, and your ability to actually recover and come back stronger is going to be compromised. And also, the amount of stimulus that you get from the workout as the workout drags on is going to get lower and lower as you accumulate fatigue. So therefore, just adding in like another chest day and doing 3 days per week hitting your chest, or adding in lats, some more exercises at the end of your workout without deducting volume from other muscle groups, it's just going to mean that your recovery is going to take a hit and your ability to come back stronger is actually going to be compromised. And strength and muscle growth go hand in hand. So if you want to build muscle, you need to be able to come back stronger. So if your recovery is going to take a hit, then this is going to be so much harder. So I highly recommend have these muscle groups in the front of your mind and do them right at the start of your workout, and then just pull a little bit of volume away from other muscle groups and put this into these muscle groups that you really want to build up. This is going to mean that you're going to be able to build up these muscle groups a lot better. They're going to be slightly disproportionate to the rest of your physique, and it's really going to make your physique pop out and look a lot more aesthetic. So that's my guide on how to build an aesthetic physique, and a lot of it comes down to, it matters where you pack on muscle, not how much muscle you have. And if you build muscle in the wrong places, your physique isn't going to look anywhere near as good as if you actually prioritize and craft your physique so that you're building muscle where it matters and where it's going to help to build up and accentuate that aesthetic male physique. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and let me know what you think in the comments below.